Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be installing this racing harness bracket into my CTS. As you can see, when I originally got it, it was red. When it came from the factory, it was red. But as you know, or you may know, my CTS coupe is that tricolor white pearl, diamond pearl color, right? And I wanted it to match the color of my car, so I sanded this down a little bit, scuffed it up, that is, primed it up gray. I had some gray primer, and then I also have, from other projects, I had the color match paint that I ordered from over here at Automotive Touch Up for my car. It's a two-part coloring system to get that pearl white look. So I ordered that. I already had that. I didn't have a lot left, but I had enough to get a coat on here. And I think that's going to look a lot better in there being the same color as the car. So today we're going to be installing this here. This is the main bracket up top. These two go down from the bracket to the floor, and these are the brackets that mount over where your shoulder part of your seat belt is for the front seat. And then get all the hardware to go with it. And then I ordered these out from over here from 6 Speed. Now, they're the only ones that had some really nice white racing harnesses. And I also like their labeling on there. There was one other one that had a white one, but they had a big green stick label on here that says Speed. Green out of the blue, don't know what that was for, but I ended up ordering these. All the others have at best gray, and I like these too because they kind of match our pearl white, or at least my pearl white, that is. So let's take this out to the car and see, how we can get this mounted. All right, so one of the first things you're going to want to do is remove this right here, because you want access to the bolt that's back there. So it's just a piece that's put in. You just want to get behind there with your flathead, your fingers, whatever, and then just start pulling it out. You see this little airbag cover right here? There's thing that says airbag written on it. There's a screw back there. You want to take that off first so that you can remove that screw. There we go. So now it's open. Now there is, looks like an 8mm back there. It's actually a 7mm. So this is what we want to have access to right here, this bolt. And I'm using a 45 star bit. And that's what it looks like. Like there's a couple of spacers behind there. We'll probably take those spacers out and replace them with the bracket. All right, so after you remove this little lock ring right here from around here, next you're going to remove those two washers. So now you're going to replace it with this bracket, with one of the brackets. Both brackets are identical, so it doesn't matter which one you use. All right, so we're not going to tighten it down. We're just going to get it snug enough so that we can move this around and adjust it as needed. All right, so here I am on the driver's side, back seat, of course. And so we really don't have a mounting place down here for, let me get that over here if I can reach it. For these right here. All right, so what we need is the ability to mount so one end goes on the bar up top that came with the kit, and the other end needs to mount down here at the bottom down here. Some cars have where the bottom of the seat belt is over here in this corner over here, then you have easy access to that bolt to mount it over here. We really don't have that. So they make some kits for this, but they're like 150 bucks. And I like, no, I'm not paying that. So what I did, I picked this up from Menards, the hardware store, paid 14 bucks for it, bought two of them, one for the driver's side, one for the passenger side. And so if we take this cover off right here, so we have that bolt right there. All right, let me get those leaves out of there. And so what I want to do is take this bar right here. It'll go right up in there, just like that. See that? I'll take the bolt out and put it right through here. And then in the other end of this right here, that will be in the air, I'll cut this part off here, right? And I'll keep this hole for the mounting point for it. How do you like that? 14 bucks, well, 28 bucks, we'll just say 30 with tax, opposed to about 150 bucks. I like that. So let me go, so I'm going to use my angle grinder over here to cut it down and shape it up. And this is the same 45 star bit. Hey, one thing to note. So I'm using a 4-point harness, safety harness. So this setup is perfect for me. If you're using a 5-point safety harness, the one that costs like 150 bucks, that may be good for you because it goes from here all the way over to this mounting point and here. So it's an L shape. And in the middle, you have the connection for your 5th point on your harness. So that may be the deciding factor on whether this cheaper setup is good for you, or you need to go ahead and get the full one. Or if you have a welder, you can just get 2 of these brackets and make your own. All right, now that the bracket is mounted, so now I'm going to take this bar here with the larger hole on the bottom. Let's see here. I actually can do the smaller hole on the bottom if I want. I guess I got either one I want to do. I'm going to go ahead and just do the smaller hole on the bottom. These come with lock washers. I'm not going to fully tighten it down. I'm just getting it snug enough for when we put the bar in up top. We can swivel it up. All right, so now I'm in the back seat Now, you know I must really like you guys to get in the back seat. I'm 6'5", getting in the back seat of a CTS coupe. Anyone who has a coupe know how hard that is. And while we're on that topic, especially if you're a bigger guy or gal, you may want to consider just taking that 20 minutes and just take out the front seats, or at least one of the front seats. It'll make it a lot easier for you if you have a coupe. So now we have the brackets in here. We have everything, these mounted up down here. All right, now I brung the bar end up in here, and now we're gonna get the bars mounted up on here. And for that, you just need, there's two of these that come in here. You just need one for each side. The other side of there, is screwed. The threads in there to capture the other side, so you don't need a nut to go with this. And just so you know, I didn't have the right bit, but I did have a star bit that's fitting. Oops. And this star bit is a 50 that will fit inside of here, even though that's not really a star bit. That's more of a Allen's wrench, but now, of course, this will be a lot easier with two people. All right, as you can see over here, it's just going to slide in there, and we're going to do it for the other side as well. I may have to put down the camera for this, and there isn't much room in here to actually just mount the camera. That's interesting. All right, so I have this one in here. Get this so the light isn't blocking you. There we go. As you can see, it's in there. Height-wise, I still have to adjust it down because you want basically these right here to be where the belt is going to be in line with your shoulders. So basically with the back of the seat right about there. But we'll deal with that later. So now I have that one done. Now I'm over here on this side, and I'm probably going to have to do a little bit of persuasion. Now this is a universal kit, so it isn't made specifically for the CTS. 49 inches wide, and almost seems like I'm about an inch short, but I think I can get it with just a little bit of persuasion. All right, so now I have it all mounted up in here. As you can see, I went with longer bolts at the bottom, just because I end up attaching the top first and then running it down here, and then longer bolts will help it make it a lot easier. I'll snip off those, the ends of those bolts, but I end up using longer bolts to get it mounted. I think I may need to drop it down a little bit more to have it lined up with this part better. But overall, I'm liking it. So now it's time to put the trim back on, and then get those seat belt harnesses in and see how they look. All right, so here's the end result. I'm really happy with how it's looking. The bar's in, the belt's in, the back lines up great with where the shoulders will be at, which is necessary. Overall, I'm really happy with the end result. The reason I'm doing this is because we have a place here in Wisconsin called Race America, where you could take your car out onto the track. And so although the seats, these Recaro seats are great for that, having these belts are great as well. And over here, you're seeing where I did a bit of a cut back there to accommodate this bar going up in there. So it turned out well. Everything fit back in there really well together. Hey, so if you guys definitely hit that like button and go ahead and hit that subscribe button too so you can check out some of my other YouTube videos working on my CTS.
And this shit done it big as the what? Big as the what? Big as the Super Bowl.